Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with my drugstore makeup favourites of the year 2015. I can't believe we are actually in 2016 now. I've literally just got a tray full of makeup that I want to talk to you about, all of a reasonable price and stuff that you can find like in your local drugstore or supermarket or something like that. So I have a couple of primers. The first one probably comes as no shock. It is the L'Oreal Skin Perfection Magic Touch Instant Blur. I love this for filling in pores and also helping texture on my skin to be disguised. I feel like it fills in fine lines, pores, it helps with oiliness as well, and I just find that like if I've got like a blemish or something, I find if I apply this product on, the makeup sticks to that blemish a lot better and it hides that blemish a lot better. You probably all know by now I love multi-priming. The other probably most used primer is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique Base Primer. I love this for especially around the sort of outer areas of my face where I would kind of highlight, so like on my cheekbones. Don't have any foundation from the drugstore. I've got a couple of concealers. The first one is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade number 15. I think they may have changed their shades now. I think this may be either fair or light. But I have really been loving this just recently to pop underneath my eyes and just apply a powder on top as my sort of everyday base if I want to wear makeup. So we've been doing a lot of traveling just recently, visiting family here, there and everywhere because it has been Christmas and New Year's. So on days when I don't want to put a full face of foundation on, I always get really hot and uncomfortable in situations where there's a lot of people. So I just know that my oil production is going to be going like crazy, and I just feel like the oil is going to make my foundation feel like a mask on my skin. So I've really been liking this more lighter technique of applying just this shade. This shade is sort of my skin tone colour, so I sometimes apply a highlighting concealer as well as this. But I just sort of pop it on any areas that I've got any blemishes, blend it out and then set it with a powder and just apply a bit of bronzer and I'm good to go. And yeah, I've really been loving that technique just recently. And then the other concealer I have been loving is Sleek Conceal and Corrector palette. Looks like this. There are two creamy concealers. I would say this one's the concealer because it is sort of more pink skin toned, and this is the corrector. I would use this to sort of help counteract bruise and bluish tones underneath the eye, and then apply the brightening pink concealer on top to really highlight my under eye. And then it comes with a sort of just a matte yellow tinted powder to set the product as well. I tend to use this to either carve out my brows, or I will do it to neaten up liner on my outer corner of my eye, and neatening really more than anything. I like going in with a nice precise flat brush. I have a couple of powders. I have the Maybelline Matte Maker Mattifying Powder. This is in the shade 20 Nude Beige, which I use to sort of set my foundation when I'm a little bit more tan. It still works for me when I'm pale, but it just has a little bit more tint to it. This is a really good product. Like I said, when I apply a concealer, I'll set it with this powder because I find that this powder lasts a really long time and makes my skin matte for a really long time. And then the other one is the Avon Anew Compact Powder. My mum gave me this because she didn't use it anymore, and I've really been liking this. The Anew range is for more mature women. It's very good for sort of filling in lines and stuff. So I find this really nice for filling in my pores, especially using it in conjunction with like the silicone primer and then a pore filling foundation and then this on top. I feel like I get a really smooth canvas skin to work with. It's a really nice colour as well. I wouldn't say it gives me necessarily matte skin, but it makes my skin look very natural, but it doesn't make it look shiny. It does take a little while for the sort of shine to kick in. I have a bronzing primer. This is the Bourjois bronzing primer. It's basically a dupe for the Solar Tan de Chanel from Chanel. And it is a lot more moussey than that product. It's a lot more sort of creamy, liquidy, and it's really good as a bronzer. So like I said, when I use concealer just on my face, I just pop a bit of this on and set it with powder, and I have like my face is good to go. It looks very natural, it looks very contoured naturally. It's just like your natural contours of your face. It's just a really easy product to work with. I normally use it on a sort of angled brush like so, an angled kabuki brush, and I just blend it into the areas that I want to bronze. I will sometimes, if I want a really intense bronze, I will then set it with a bronzer, so like my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzing contour palette. I will use that and just set it all in place, and it gives you this gorgeous rich bronze shade. It's just a really lovely product. I have 3 in total. So one is the Makeup Revolution The One Blush Stick. I picked this up in sort of October time, I believe, and I really like this product. It gives a really good pigmentation. It is a matte version. I believe it's in the shade Dream, Matte Dream. And it just blends into your skin, and it just gives you the perfect flush to your cheeks. It feels like it goes from a cream to a powder. When you rub it into your skin, it feels very powdery, like it's sort of setting. It is also a really good base for another product on, so like the NYX blush in the shade Rose Garden. These are a little bit on the pricier side. This is £6 for the blushes, but you can get them in sort of drugstore, and they are obviously not high in prices because that'd be a lot more. But just pairing like those two together, it gives you this really intense colour on your cheeks, and it just looks very natural if you wear it alone as well. I've got that on my cheeks today, so although it looks like a very pigmented colour, it doesn't come out as harsh and as strong as that when you blend it out. One is the Rose Gold Blush from Sleek Cosmetics. I love this product. It's very luminous. It's very much like my Dim Infusion blush from Hourglass. It has a sort of luminosity to it. It's sort of got a gold highlighter built into it. I believe it is a dupe for Orgasm by NARS, or a slight like different. Very good product. I like it when I just want a really glowy look to my skin. It has sort of gold undertones, so if you're very pale, the gold can stand out a bit. I have a setting spray from the drugstore. It's the Makeup Revolution's Pro Fix Oil Controlling Fixing Spray. Yeah, fixing spray. I really like this. You probably know I like to multi-setting spray my face, and I tend to go in with a Fix Plus always to set out all powder and stuff, and then I will go in with a more fixing product that's going to seal my makeup in and make it last a lot longer. I really do like that product because I do feel like it does make my makeup last longer, so I would say it does help. So I've been loving a combination of products for my brows recently. I've been liking using powders. I've been liking using brow pencils like this Soap and Glory Archery in the shade Blonde Shell. I find it really easy to use. There is a spoolie brush on one end and obviously the like retractable pencil on the other end. It's a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I really like it for when I fill in my brows with powder or with like the dip brow pomade. I feel like I can go back in with this and draw in hair-like strokes. So rather than just being a block of colour that I've applied to my brows, it actually looks a lot more natural if you go in and just add like a little couple of hairs. Obviously, you've seen me use the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. I have really been loving this to set my brows. This is in the shade Light Medium. It has a very warm tint to it, so if you don't like warm toned brows and you like more of a cool toned, then it's possibly not for you. A sort of brunette shade as well. I find that does keep my hairs in place, but it's not like super glow brows, like they are going to move. So I just filmed a day to night makeup look, and I used a clear mascara just to sort of amp them up because they do droop a little bit during the day, so I just wanted to mention that. But it is a really good product. Shannon Harris first put me onto this because she was raving about it, and I really 100% agree with her. It's a very good product. Next is the Freedom Eyebrow Pomade in the shade Blonde. Now this is very, very comparable to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. A lot of brands have come out with similar products nowadays. I do find that this stays on my skin for a fairly long amount of time. Not quite as much time as the brow pomade from Anastasia, but it's just a very, very good dupe. So this one's the Freedom, and this one's the Anastasia Beverly Hills. So it looks like you get more in the Anastasia product. The Freedom one is 2.5 grams and the Anastasia one is 4 grams. So you do get a lot more in this, but this is a lot cheaper. This was £5, whereas this was 50. But as you can see, it is very comparable. It doesn't last as long, like I said. I might do a video actually comparing the two, so putting them like one, like the Anastasia on one eyebrow and the Freedom on the other, and we'll see like how well they do. I might actually do that. It sounds quite interesting. If you want to see something like that, then just let me know and I will film that for you all. An eye primer I have been loving is again from Freedom. It's the Pro Eye Prime, and I really think that this helps make my eyeshadows last on my eyes. You've probably heard me for years rave about Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the original formula. I do love that product, but this is really good for something from the drugstore. I think this was about £2.50. So something from the drugstore for such a cheap amount, you don't expect it to work as well as what it does, and it's just a really, really good product. To eyeshadows. So one drugstore brand that I have been loving this year is Makeup Revolutions. You've probably seen me mention them so many times. I have lots of different products from them and I just really love them. The eyeshadows are so amazing for the price. I think this palette is about £6, possibly £8. And they're so pigmented. I used this in my smoked winged liner tutorial. I used this palette and they are just so pigmented, so creamy, so blendable. It's such an amazing palette. The colours, like there's a gorgeous purple. It's just beautiful. It's just, the shadows are just amazing quality. Some of them are like, they're shimmery shades, so like the mattes, let's have a look. So that's a matte shade. And that's just crazy. They are so pigmented. One thing I will mention is they come with a little plastic thing on, which normally sticks to the mirror. So I just thought, oh, it's just like different names. Like, you know, where some people put like glamorous, love, adore, like stuff like that. I just thought it was like one of those, but it actually turns out to be the names of the eyeshadows. So I finally worked it out. You can tell that I am truly a blonde. But like this bright palette, I want to do like a rainbow eye for the springtime, but it's just crazy like how pigmented these shadows are. I don't know if that's a stupid swatch place. Just one swipe and that is just incredible, and that was a matte shade. I think that these are, some of them definitely are much better than MAC eyeshadows. MAC eyeshadows I find with the matte formula, they can be quite chalky, some of them, but those are just so creamy, so buttery. They blend beautifully on your eyelid and they're just amazing quality for like how much it actually costs. Okay, so these kind of like primers, they're quite comparable to MAC paint pots. They are the Colour Tattoo 24-Hour Eye Studio Gel Cream Eyeshadow from Maybelline. They are just such a nice product. It's just very pigmented as well. It's just creamy. You can just blend it out on your lid. You could use it as liner. It's just such gorgeous products. The pigmentation is amazing. They have so many different colors. Again, I have been loving another kind of eyeshadow. It is the Makeup Revolution Awesome Metals eyeshadow, and I've been loving the shade Rose Gold and Pure Platinum. These are dupes for the Stila Metal eyeshadows, and I love using these in the inner corner and also just picking up a small amount on my finger like so and just sort of patting it on my lid, and it just creates this really gorgeous champagne shade that you just pop on your lid. It just looks like flakes of sort of gold and stuff that you can put on there, and it's just really, really pretty. It's also a really lovely pop in your inner corner of your eye. It just opens your eyes up so well, and they are just really good. Like, I just hope they come out with a lot more colour range because they are such a comparable product. Drugstore eyeliners I have been liking. Been loving the Scandal Eyes Waterproof Eye Kajal. They are very good, very pigmented. I do love this nude shade. If I don't want quite as bright white, I will go with this because it is more of a skin tone. It still brightens up your eyes, but it's just not as brightening as a white. but I do really love them. They're so creamy, they don't pull on the skin, they don't irritate your eyes or anything. Another couple of eyeliners is the Maybelline Master Precise Liquid Eyeliner. I love this for doing a really quick wing. I love it for filling in once you've put on false eyelashes. If you can see any eyelash glue, just really easy to run this along because it is a very, very precise felt tip. And it just gets in there and you can just cover up that glue so there are no sort of nasty giveaways. Also, another product I've been loving is the Makeup Revolution's liquid eyeliner. Again, it's more of a felt tip applicator. It's still very precise. And you obviously have like the liquid eyeliner and you can apply as much as you want, whereas this can dry out. They are very good products and again, they are very cheap. So it's like a win-win. Last eyeliner is the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Liner. You should all know by now that I love this stuff. I love applying it with an angled brush and then going over with one of those liquid liners just to neaten it up. It's really easy to apply because you are using like a precise brush. So like I tend to use the Sigma Angled Brow E75 brush. It's just a very precise, quite stiff bristled brush, and it's very, very good for winged liner. I have got a tutorial all on how I create perfect winged liner, so I will try and remember to link that below for you. I have a holy grail mascara from the drugstore. It is the Maybelline The Rocket Volume. It looks like this, the waterproof formula, because I find that the waterproof formula holds my lashes up and it keeps my lashes curled all day. So it really opens my eyes. I have not found another mascara that will do that. I do need to pick up another one because this is dried out very badly. But yeah, this is a holy grail for me. It is a ride or die. It is my favorite mascara of all time. Also eyelash brands that are all available from a drugstore or at a drugstore price. So I've been loving red cherry lashes. These are the number 28s, which I do really like. These are very, very inexpensive. I think they're about £2, so like $1.99. It's just a very good, affordable false eyelash. Also, I love the Ardell's, which are more expensive. There's a couple pairs. I love the Fairies, which are their first pair. They also do Demi Wispies, and they are just a really gorgeous natural lash. They are more expensive. They are more towards £5, but they are very good quality and you can reuse them a lot of times. The one is the Eyelure. These are the texture number 159. I love these eyelashes. They are so fluttery. They look like fluttery. That was so Norfolk. They look like lash extensions. They are just a really perfect eyelash. And again, Eyelure is a bit more expensive. I think that's £5 and over. And then the last ones are the Salon System Natural Lash Texture in the style 132. I have a couple pairs by this brand and I really like them. These have such a stiff band, so they're quite hard to work with, but they look like you've got incredible eyelashes. And again, these are only about £2, I think. So very, very affordable. I have a couple of lip balms. I have the Carmex Cherry flavour. I prefer just Carmex Original. This is very good for moisturising your lips. If they're dry, that is a perfect product to use. Also, I've been loving the lip butter from The Body Shop. This is in the chocolate flavour or the cocoa flavour. And it's just a really nice butter. It reminds me of coconut oil because as soon as you apply it to your lip, it just melts. It melts into your lips and it makes them so soft and so smooth. It's just really good. So I really highly recommend those two lip balms. Lip liners. I have been loving Essence lip liners. I think they're about £1 each. They are really good. They're very soft, so they're not great for getting a very precise line, but they are very good lip liners. They last on your lips very long. They come in a different range of colours, and like I said, they're only £1. And then the next one, which I really do like, is the MUA, which is the Makeup Academy Intense Colour Lip Liner in the shade Caramel Nougat. This is the perfect sort of coffee nude shade. It's really nice, sort of if you pair it with Myth or Creme de Nude from MAC and you just outline your lips with this, it gives you subtle definition, but there's definitely definition there, and it's just a really gorgeous lip shade. And the actual pencil itself lasts really long. It's got a sharpener in the lid, so you can sharpen every time you use it. It's a lot harder than the Essence products, which is great for getting a very precise line. I think I've got just a couple of products left, so I'm sorry I've been talking your ear off. I have the Maybelline Color Drama Intense Velvet Lip Pencils. I love these. They come in so many different colors. I think I've only got 4 and I love all of them. The one I really want to try is the Fab Orange, which is this one. I want to do a look with a really gorgeous orange lip, but they are just so nice. They are sort of a chubby pencil, but they're so good and they're hard, so you can get that definition around your lip edge, but it's really great just to fill them in and apply like a lip balm over the top, and they look incredible. They are so good and they last on your lips a really long time. And then I wasn't sure whether to include this in my high-end or my drugstore, because you have to order these online, but I think they're about £14–15 each, but a lot of the time I just get them when they're on sale. They have really good offers all of the time. And it's Gerard Cosmetics lip glosses, and I love this shade. It's in the shade Nude. I love this when I pair it with a more sort of orange tone nude, so like the lipstick in the same shade is really good paired together. But like I said, you can get so many deals. They do so many offers all of the time, so you can get like a 3-pack, so you're getting like 1 lip gloss free or something. It's very good, the deals that they do, and I always take advantage of the deals. So that was all of my makeup favorites from the drugstore for 2015. I'm sorry I have talked your ear off. There will also be a skincare, hair care and tool favorite, so like brushes, and that will be coming up. That's going to be a drugstore and a high-end mixture of products. Unfortunately, I had to film them on 2 different days, so I'll be wearing 2 different makeup looks. So hopefully that won't be too confusing, but thank you so much for taking the time out of your day for watching my videos. As always, thank you so much. It means the world to me. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all very soon. I need a tissue to wipe up all the mess on my hand. That was your song for this video.